When Lisa Moreno's oncologist told her that her breast cancer was in remission, she cried tears of relief. After months of chemo, surgery, and radiation, the battle seemed over. Her body was battered, but she was alive, and that was enough. Or so she thought. Back home, Lisa tried to return to normal. She revamped her kitchen, diving headfirst into what she believed was a cancer-fighting diet. She loaded her plate with greens, blended green smoothies with kale and spinach, sautéed mushrooms, and added garlic and onions to nearly every dish. But months later, during a routine follow-up, her oncologist noticed troubling blood work. Inflammation markers were up. A PET scan revealed small, suspicious activity near her lymph nodes. Nothing conclusive yet, but enough to cause worry. "How is this happening?" Lisa asked. "I eat nothing but vegetables now." The answer came unexpectedly from a podcast her sister sent her. It featured a world-renowned fasting specialist, Dr. Ethan Ramsey, a metabolic oncologist with a controversial take. Some vegetables, under the wrong conditions, might actually feed cancer. Lisa nearly dismissed it. She believed in food as medicine. But curiosity and fear got the better of her. She listened. "People think all vegetables are healing," Dr. Ramsey said. "But cancer isn't just a genetic disease, it's metabolic. Cancer cells are opportunists. They hijack certain compounds and nutrients, including from vegetables we wrongly assume are always safe." Lisa's heart pounded. Could her health-conscious habits be fueling something she thought she was fighting? Dr. Ramsey named 4 vegetables that, while rich in nutrients, could feed cancer cells under certain conditions, especially in bodies already inflamed, insulin-resistant, or undergoing treatment. Lisa wrote down every word. 1. Corn. Corn isn't a vegetable. It's a high glycemic starch, Dr. Ramsey said. It raises blood sugar fast, and cancer cells thrive on glucose. Corn had been a staple in Lisa's soups and salads. She had no idea it spiked insulin and created the perfect fuel for metabolically hungry tumors. In studies, Dr. Ramsey continued, high glucose environments stimulate cancer growth. Eating corn, especially in processed forms like corn oil or high fructose corn syrup, creates that environment. Lisa realized most of her healthy frozen veggie mixes contained corn. It was the first thing to go. 2. Potatoes, especially white. Next came the shocker. Potatoes had been comfort food, but also part of Lisa's plant-based reset. White potatoes convert quickly to glucose, Dr. Ramsey explained, and when the body is already struggling with metabolic dysfunction, which many cancer survivors do, high glycemic foods can be dangerous. He cited studies showing that insulin spikes not only promote inflammation, but also suppress immune responses. Cancer cells, he said, use insulin to uptake more glucose and grow. Lisa swapped her mashed potatoes and breakfast hash for cauliflower mash and roasted root vegetables with lower sugar profiles. 3. Peas seem harmless, the doctor said, but they're surprisingly high in sugar for a legume and can ferment in the gut. He pointed out that peas, especially when canned or overcooked, break down into simple sugars. In individuals with compromised microbiomes, which includes many undergoing or recovering from chemo, this sugar feeds bad bacteria, creating toxins and chronic inflammation. Gut inflammation, Dr. Ramsey warned, compromises the immune system, the very thing needed to fight cancer recurrence. Lisa thought back to the piles of peas she had eaten with rice and stir-fries. She removed them from her plate immediately. 4. Mushrooms in immunocompromised patients. Mushrooms? That made Lisa pause. Mushrooms can be powerful, Dr. Ramsey admitted. Some are anti-cancer, like reishi and turkey tail. But common culinary mushrooms like button or portobello can grow mold or mycotoxins when improperly stored. And in people with weakened immune systems, they may provoke fungal overgrowth. He wasn't condemning mushrooms entirely, just warning that not all bodies could handle them well, especially post-treatment when immunity is fragile. Lisa remembered buying cheap mushrooms in bulk. She wasn't careful about washing or storing them. Maybe, without realizing it, she'd fed more than herself. After the podcast, Lisa spent days reevaluating her pantry. She reached out to her integrative nutritionist and brought up Dr. Ramsey's claims. Surprisingly, her nutritionist agreed. Most cancer protocols still push vegetables without looking at the metabolic picture, she said. It's not about villainizing food. It's about understanding how your body reacts to it. They worked together to build a new approach, one that focused on low glycemic, anti-inflammatory vegetables and supported cellular healing rather than accidental feeding of malignant cells. Lisa now prioritized cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts, rich in sulforaphane, known to slow cancer cell growth. Leafy greens like arugula and romaine, low in oxalates, easy to digest. Garlic and onions, natural cancer fighters with immune support properties, but in moderation. Zucchini, cucumbers, and asparagus, hydrating, low sugar, and gentle on digestion. She also added intermittent fasting, a technique Dr. Ramsay strongly advocated. By allowing the body 4 to 16 hours without food, insulin levels dropped, and the body entered a state where damaged or precancerous cells were more easily cleared, a process called autophagy. Within a month, Lisa felt different. Her bloating reduced, her energy returned, and most importantly, her follow-up scans were clear. The cancer scare hadn't returned, but her vigilance had. Now, Lisa didn't look at food as good or bad, but as contextual. What healed one person could harm another. What nourished her body last year might not work the same today. She began sharing her story at survivor meetups, gently warning other women not to follow fads blindly. Cancer cells are smart, she'd say. They adapt. So must we. Dr. Ramsay's final words from the podcast stayed with her. Feed your cells. Starve the cancer. That became her mantra. And while her fridge was still green and colorful, it was now strategic, a personal battleground where every vegetable served a purpose. Not all vegetables were innocent, but with the right knowledge, Lisa had learned to stop feeding her enemy and start feeding her healing.